Hi Leos, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. This is a channel where I'm doing monthly readings for all of the signs. And if it resonates with you, then like the video. And if you want to hear what's in store for you next month, subscribe to my channel. Now this month I'm going to do, instead of doing just a general reading, I am going to do a reading focused just on the relationship aspect of your life. And the reason of doing that is because we have Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Pisces starting March 5th and going all the way to March 28th. It's a long time for Mercury to be in retrograde, especially in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is a very sensitive, gentle, very caring sign, and they take things really personal, and it's really easy to affect them emotionally, but just like one thing that got said wrong. And not only that, but it's like Pisces is the sign of illusion, right? It's really easy for them to get caught up in the image, like in their fantasy world versus being down to earth. So this month, it's almost going to feel like we have a veil over our eyes where, things just don't seem, things are not what they seem, even though in the beginning, like you might see like you knowing the truth and you seeing the truth. But it's not. It's just an illusion of it. And this is a month where you're going to be asked to really use your other senses to discover the world, to feel the world, to make decisions on how to go about your relationships. Now, another thing to mention during the retrograde, there might be a lot of delays. There is a huge chance for miscommunication and assuming things that are not there. And it's only because you don't go the extra mile of trying to clear out the situation and clear the air on what's going on, because a lot of people really feel really awkward of like asking follow-up questions. Is this what you really meant? But just didn't, because they don't want to seem less than, or whatever the case might be. But this is the month to really ask follow-up questions, because you want to be on the same page with the other person. You want to make sure that you're 100% understanding what they want from you and what is asked of you. So this month, really be patient, ask questions, and be really careful with your words and your choice of words and who you say to things, who you open up to. Because Aries, you like such a bubbly personality, right? Like it's so easy for you to make friends and to socialize and to just communicate, that I feel like for you it's going to be really easy to say something just on the spur of the moment, and for you it meant nothing, but for the other person it totally like changed their whole night. So really be mindful of that, okay? So another thing to mention about the Mercury retrograde is that we have, it brings with it a lot of delays and a lot of technological issues. Like your phone might just all of a sudden, the battery dial might just be like updating when it's the wrong time to do so, and where you're like trying to upload a video or something like that. Emails that you've sent to somebody might just get sent to the junk or spam mail versus their regular inbox. Maybe if you're like waiting on some paperwork to be signed, it might take a little while, or you might find that there's some like roadblocks along the way, maybe some obstacles that you didn't think of when you were doing your planning. So kind of like try to have plan B for anything you're doing right now, because the more prepared you are, the better you are at handling this Mercury retrograde, because it will hit hard. But let's start with your reading. So I'm going to do a first of the month, the second part of the month, and the third part of the month. Okay, so let's see. For the first part, you have Strength, which is your card, Leo, right? You starting strong and with a bang. And then we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Well, I wonder what happened there. I wonder who's going to be the immature person. Is it you or is it your partner? And we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's funny because this just came off for Capricorns and right in the same exact positions. Only they were more in the middle of the month versus in the beginning of the month. So I feel it's somebody from the past that's coming back around, that wants a second chance. But I feel like there's a lot of immaturity about it, and it also can be a lot of you know, maybe things were just not, I feel like they need closure. It's either you that needs closure or they need closure. I think this Knight of Cups, it's more like somebody now being really open and honest and maybe being a little bit more selfish, you know, in the relationships and taking more than what they should have. And it's a past relationship, really, that is coming around, and it's, you know, there's no closure in it just yet. So yeah, I'm curious what when we're going to clarify what that is all about. Let's see what's happening with you in the middle of the month. Now, another thing to mention for you, Leos, I did a reading for you, and it was a pretty long one. And I just, when I got to save it, it just didn't work, and I totally lost the video. But the major part of that video was that you're going through a lot of changes, major changes in your life. So we'll see if this is going to come up for you this time around as well. Okay, and then we have mid-month, we have the Ten of Cups. For you, let's see what else. We have the Four of Wands in reversed. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So you're moving from the Knight of Cups in reverse to the Knight of Pentacles. So you're working slowly towards a relationship that is more stable, because it's clearly like you're lacking some stability in this relationship for whatever like reason, and whatever this relationship from the past or maybe even a current one. Maybe you like, it's funny because there you have the Ten of Pentacles, right? But yet again, look at this card. And this particular deck, I feel like, you know, the traditional meanings of the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, they're a little bit different, where it's like, I feel like somebody here is extending a gift, but the other person is just not seeing it. For some reason, they're just not there. So I feel it's going to be more like, it could be also coupled with this. Leo, it could be also maybe that one of you, it's either you or your partner or whoever you're dealing with, is trying to come back around and trying to offer you, make an offer. You're like trying to be open towards them, but they're like, maybe the way they're approaching it is very selfish. And you're like, no, this is not what stability is. This is not what, their offer doesn't bring anything to me. Their offer doesn't make me feel in any way, shape, or form that this is long-term or this is something that I want. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, right? So it's moving, it's a slow-moving energy. Let me see what's happening next. Another Knight, okay. So you have here I wonder if this is the page actually. Okay, so the Knight, so that when the following with, okay, well I guess this is the Page of Pentacles. Well, they follow it by the Knight of Pentacles, right? So again, another moving energy. And then if you notice here in both cards, the male is offering something to a female. So I feel like maybe for you Leos that are in partnerships, and specifically for you that are women and that are, and this is your male partner, I feel like there's a lot of offering going on during this month, and where it's like one partner kind of wants it, kind of doesn't want it. You know, it's a bit of a confusion. Oh. So this we had with Ten of Cups, and here we have the Ten of Pentacles in reversed. So with, and then we're finishing up with the Ace of Swords. You know, I think I'm gonna really have to pull clarifiers on this, because there is a lot of stuff that's coming through, and I think it's like ending of cycles, beginning of cycles, not being able to end cycles. It's kind of like a lot of back and forth right now that's going on, but it's like almost like kind of like a slow moving energy, which for you Leo is, it's really uncomfortable. It's really like, you know, it's not something you used to. But there's a lot of like offers of stability. There's a lot of offers of and talk about, you know, like very foundational structural things for about this relationship that you're going through. Or maybe for you that are singles, right? It could also be that maybe you actually are reassessing, like you're on the dating scene and you have all these different possible partners that they're offering you a lot of things. Some might offer you more of like financial stability, some might offer you more emotional stability. So it's like a lot of offers coming through for you right now during this month. But the mixed messages, it's really due to Mercury retrograde, where things are, you kind of, like I said, you get caught up in the illusion of things, you get caught up in the illusion of like the offers, and you try to find like this like smallest positive about it, and then you making it like bigger than it is, right? And that's kind of why I'm thinking with the Ten of Pentacles here, that maybe like with these offers, as nice as they sound, as good as they sound, but maybe they're really not. You want something more, and you want something stable. You want more than just words. You want action, and you want actual, like, can you prove it? Can you prove it to me? Can you prove what you're saying? And can you, if you give your word, can you actually keep your word and really follow through? I think that's what's going to happen for a lot of you this month. It's like following through on what people say, or them following through on what they're promising you. And then that's how you're going to see if they're really serious about it, if they're not serious. Same thing goes with you. If you're the one promising things, be sure that you're able to commit, and be sure that you're able to deliver. And I think you will, because you have the Ace of Swords. You really, at the end of the month, you're really going to be committed to delivering. You're really going to be committed to living your truth, and really be empowered by seeing things as they are, versus being swept off your feet by illusion and by just any offer that just seems to bring you fulfillment in abundance. You're really going to be looking more deeply into everything, into every aspect of the relationship, and really seeing for what it is. And with the Wand, there's a new beginning that's going to happen. For some of you, it's going to be either a new relationship, or it could be maybe a new start with the same relationship, but it's not going to be the same. No matter what, it's not going to be, this relationship is not going to be the same. So it could be that maybe you're reviewing this relationship. If you're single, you're going to really know what you want by the end of the month, what kind of partner you want. And it's, speaking of which, like, we have the new moon in Pisces again on March 6th. Make some intention work happen. Make some like candle work happen. Like, write down what is that you want in a partner. Write down what specifically. Go specific. Don't be afraid to go specific. If it doesn't, if the universe doesn't deliver quite exactly how you want it, but at least it knows what you want. And not only that, but it makes you get clear on what is that you want. And by the end of the month, by working around the new moon, you allow this time to the universe to work for you, to make that happen for you, right? So during the full moon, you're going to see that intent come through for you, and then being manifested, right? But let's pull some clarifiers, and let's see if any additional messages come through, and then maybe get some more insight on these cards. Okay, so let's see, what's the strength about? Ace of Wands. Excuse me. You're really dedicated to start new and to start fresh, and really be in a relationship that has a lot of passion, that makes you really enthusiastic, that you're really happy, and that makes you really glow. I feel like you're dedicated to that, and you're really moving along, and I think that's why a lot of this is going to happen. Be it you're single, being you're in a relationship, I think because you found this new passion within yourself, new energy within yourself, that you want to live life and not just coast, and not just kind of go with what people say, and just kind of really finding your own voice. That you're gonna see a lot of things shifting around, and some things are not gonna be in alignment with you anymore. Then we have the Queen of Cups, clarifying the Page of Cups. So yeah, this is maybe an apology that you were waiting on that wasn't coming, and it's not coming because the person is not ready emotionally. They're not there. and you know they're not quite there, even though you want them to, but they're just not there, or like you are not ready to accept that apology anymore. So you know, it could be that as well. So yeah, with the Queen of Cups, it's like it's a lot of immaturity going on. It's a lot of hurt feelings, like a lot of closed offishness, you know, standoffishness happening too. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. Well, in a way, it's kind of like somebody wants a new start with you, or you want with a new start with maybe leaving the past behind you, leaving what happened behind you, and you want to start fresh. You know, and you kind of like, in a way, you made that commitment within yourself to start new, and then maybe that's why you're not accepting, you being so headstrong about not accepting this apology, because you know that whatever was in the past is no longer serving you, and you're ready for more, and you're ready not only for just like not, you know, accepting empty promises, but you want promises that are being delivered. So the Ten of Cups clarified by the Knight of Swords in reversed. The Knight of Swords in reversed, it's like, you know, coming from the Ace of Cups, I feel like you're going to let your intentions known. And I think, you know, by doing that, not only like having your intentions known to yourself, but also to others, you know, it's going to be like this, you're going to start this process of like really reassessing like what is a fulfillment, what is a happy life, what is a stable life for you, what is a happy relationship, healthy relationship, and all of that stuff. So there might be like some words exchanged or some conversation exchanged, you know, but be careful of not being too aggressive. Be careful of like not really pushing your own agenda, so to speak, and really be mindful of other people's feelings and how your words can affect them, because they really can have a lot of power, you know. Then we have the Ten of Wands clarifying the Four of Wands. I feel like for some of you, you know, this relationship from the past was more of a burden than anything else. And, you know, it's right now, it's time to let it go. Like by letting that go, by letting that relationship go, or like that aspect of the relationship go, or maybe that even attachment to a certain aspect of how that relationship should have been or should have played out. By letting that go, you feel so much freer and you feel so much more relieved, you know, but it only happens if you let that go, you know, that like idea of it. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune clarifying the Page of Pentacles. Well, with this one, it's kind of strange because Wheel of Fortune is something that is kind of like still not moving, not flowing. And, well, in a way with the Page of Pentacles, it's like such a slow-moving energy. You know, there's something that's not ended in this relationship. There's something that still needs to be done and closure needs to be had in order for this wheel to go upright. You know, I think right now, you know, with the Page of Pentacles, there's this offer that's being made, but maybe it's just not the right timing to accept this offer or to accept this idea of this relationship, or it's something to do with like more of like structure and foundation. You know, I feel like maybe it's like really more time to assess your foundations and how you build foundations in your relationships. Let me clarify the Knight of Pentacles, the Hierophant in reversed. 5, which is change, but it's in reversed. So right now you have 1, 2, 3 tens, right? And then 3 ace, 3 wands. So it's a lot of new beginnings. It's a lot of ending of cycles. So I think you're really at the point of like you're really closing. You're trying to close an old relationship or like an old pattern of how you are in a relationship, where maybe like you were accepting too many empty promises, and then you're not looking at your foundations, and then now you're like you're ready to move forward, even though it's slower and you know it takes time, but you're really ready to maybe make a commitment to something that it's like something that it's outside of your comfort zone, and maybe experience new things, you know, maybe like trying to get out of that pattern that you had before. Because with the Hierophant, it's, I mean, usually sometimes it's end of marriages as well, but it could be like happening really slow. So maybe it's just maybe the filing takes a little longer, or maybe the process takes a little longer. So, you know, for some of you, I won't be surprised that maybe like during at the end of the month, or maybe something in the beginning of the month, they will spark some something in your partner that will bring forth of them like maybe not wanting to be in this relationship anymore, and then by the end of the month they'll be like, well, I think we should file for divorce, or we should separate, or whatever the case may be, or we should maybe have an alternative type of relationship, and that can happen as well. But let's see, let's clarify the Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Wands in reversed. I think with the Wheel of Fortune in reversed in the middle of the month, right? I think that might bring like, again, like maybe it's like that closure is not coming, like that you feel like that no matter how you do, no matter how you try to change this relationship and how you try to approach this relationship, it's just not working out, you know. And then at the end of the month, I think it's going to be almost like, you know, I'm done trying, I'm done like trying to prove anything, that, you know, maybe try to prove to yourself, or maybe try to prove to your partner that, you know, something needs to change in this relationship in order for both of us to feel happy, in order for both of us to not continuously be arguing with each other, but be more on the same page. And then let's clarify the Ace of Swords. We have the Moon in reverse. Yes, by the end of the month, you'll know exactly what you need to do and how you need to approach it, because the Moon in reverse, it's like truth's coming to light. So I think at the end of the month, you know, not only that you're clear on what you want to do, but even the outside world is showing you the signs and giving you the signs of how to move forward. And it's going to taking that veil off of things and off of your eyes, and really like, oh my God, this is what's going on. And you're going to be so clear on what that is, and seeing things for what they are. No more illusions, no more just like, you know, grandiose things, or more like being in your head and like trying to create this image of this relationship. And then no more like putting the effort into something that's no longer working for you. And, you know, with the Moon, you're going to see that, and you either going to hear, or you're going to have conversations with your partner, but in any case, however this might come up for you, however these truths might come up, you know, being it by doing internal work, or by like actually reaching out to your partner and really have honest conversations with them. But in any case, you will find the truths that you're seeking, and then you will be empowered by it, because really at the end of the month, everything becomes clear. Everything becomes clear, and you know exactly what you need to do, because you do want a new beginning. It's so clear that you want a new beginning, you know, it's very clear. But it's just a matter of like it taking time, and it's a matter of like kind of like going through the motions in the month of March, of like seeing and then having the conversations, having everything play out, that by the end of it, because you're letting all of this play out, you know, and not pushing it, then everything will reveal itself for what it is, and you will see really, really exactly and clearly what you need to do next. And let me pull an oracle card and see what is that extra message for you. Yeah, you have a lot of tens, you know, and some of them are actually in reverse, so it's like you kind of almost still there, but not quite there, you know. But by the end of the month, you will be there. You will get there, because the timing wasn't right, and you had to let these things play out in order for you to get to the answer that you needed to get to. Okay, so what's that oracle card for you? Message in a bottle. How beautiful and how appropriate. 15. I think in the middle of the month, middle to the end of the month, I think it's going to be a really important time for you, and it's going to be a lot of things. That's when they're going to start to unravel. With message in a bottle, I think expect, and like I said, like not only within yourself, but from the outside source too. Look for synchronicities, look for signs, look within yourself, trust your intuition, pay attention to your dreams, because things might come about and you might hear things that you didn't think of, you know, like you didn't pay attention to because you're so caught up in this whole thing. And not only of that, but it's also maybe during this month you might be invited to travel across the like waters, body of waters, and be careful about that, I would say, right? Because it's like we have Mercury in retrograde, and might affect travel and communication and technology. So, and the other thing that comes up with the message in a bottle is maybe like getting news from far away that would impact your decision as well. I'm not sure for how many of you this would be the case, but it's more like kind of like looking for messages, not even looking, but being open to messages from common sources, or sources that are outside of your comfort zone, you know. But there will be certain signs for you that you need to pay attention to. You know, let me pull one more, just one more. Come to the edge. So come to the edge, to me it's almost like pushing the boundary almost to the end, right? Getting like, and that's like with all of these times that are happening for you, like you're almost there, but you kind of need to be there in order for you to like really see, you know, like from all, like, you know, because when you're in the middle, like if you look here at the picture, when you're in the middle of it, you only can see so much. When you're at the edge, you can see so much more, right? So you need to be pushed to that level in order for you to see the situation for what it really is, you know. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid to be pushed. Don't be afraid to go there. Don't be afraid to explore that area of this relationship and that area of yourself, and that the emotions that come up. Really pay attention to them. Pay attention to the words that are being said. Pay attention to the promises that are being made to you, and make sure that if you do accept those promises and apologies, you know, like have a plan in place of them. How are they going to be delivered, you know? Because you need to know that. You really need to know that in order for you to at the end of the month to commit to it or not. Well, I'm going to leave you with that, Leos. I hope this message resonated with you, and if it did, please like the video, and if it not, leave me a comment. I'm really curious to see what you have to say. And if you're interested in what April has in store for you, subscribe to my channel and you'll get notification in your email when the video comes up. That's it for now. Good luck, and I'll see you in April. Bye.